I I was thinking of a lot on these wheels, so let me do a wheel for them. But I don't want to do the shitty ones. For once on a wheel, I don't want to do the shitty movies, guys. Don't get used to it because it's not going to happen often. But I'm just like, let's just find some good ones, some cool ones that we've never seen. That's why I said
Right.
no. That's why we're saying no sharks because everybody's gonna say Jaws or The Meg or some shit like that. And
Mhm.
I feel like with shark movies too,
Three-headed shark,
see shit like that I would watch, but I could watch that on my own time.
Megalodon versus Crocodon, like fucking
Watch that too.
Transformers.
Well,
Santa shark.
I have a question for you guys, and I would love to hear the answer for it. And I think it's an important question in the horror genre. So we know there's subgenres. Horror genre probably has the most subgenres of any genre.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
And we know that animal horror is one of the more broad, because like shark horror movies fall under it, alligator, things like that.
Spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Do werewolves fall under it?
Oh.
We know werewolves have their own genre, a werewolf genre. But the werewolf genre movies fall underneath horror.
I'm gonna or animal horror. I'm gonna say
Animal horror.
I'm gonna say yes.
I
Okay.
would have to say. I mean, they're
Yeah, it is an animal. It's a wolf.
Because you could just say it's a different breed in a sense. You could just say it's a different breed of a wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And people,
Yeah, damn. That's
But then if we're gonna group them, does vampires count? Because technically they're bats, right?
Not necessarily.
Really?
Like the hammer, I wouldn't consider that. Like, I mean, bats show up, but it was more just the undead aspect.
so. It's basically they fall in with the zombies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. Are vampires, which we know we have vampire genre and a zombie genre, do they fall under the undead genre together?
Ooh.
If it's an
Yes.
undead genre, yes.
because again, it'd go undead, vampire, undead, zombie, just like it would go animal and
Yes.
shark, horse, and everything else.
Horse.
So,
That's the second one you went with. Horse.
Yeah.
I'm like, when have we
I'm
ever
not this
seen an
movie.
evil horse?
Okay, boom, that's another animal we need then.
Fair.
That's another animal we need.
The
A horse,
evil
a
Mr.
zebra.
There is. It's the carousel movie with the horse.
Yeah, but that's I mean like a horse is not a carousel machine thing.
Well,
Like
that's like you have a comment up here that says you have to include vampires because of bats, but here's the thing: Dracula and a lot of the renditions can turn into more than a bat.
they turn into a specter.
Yeah,
Just a fucking cloud of smoke.
like wolf in some things.
Yeah, wolves. Yep, turns into dogs. Yeah,
So,
yeah, but you guys are naming. You gotta
they
name.
could just shapeshift. They can just turn wherever they
There
want,
you
but
go.
they're known for
So
they're
there's
known
that
for the
too.
bats.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Yeah.
it's better to say they could shapeshift and say they could change into because you're like a bat. They're like okay, they
Because
change
bats
into
are
a
small
werewolf.
when they fly out. They're trying to hide. They're not going to say, "Let me turn into a fucking giant pterodactyl and start fucking flying away."
A fucking
It's going to be small and like common at night. You see bats like, oh, the bats are out getting the mosquitoes.
That works.
But undead definitely. Vampires are zombies together.
Undead and then
And werewolves, I think it'll fall under the animal category.
yeah, it has to because again, you could just look at it as a different breed of a wolf. It's just
It technically
wolf
is a
with
dog. It's a dog. It's a dog that stands on fucking two
Its hind
paws
legs.
and rips people apart.
you know how we do brackets on our show? Like we just did the villains
Yeah.
bracket.
Mhm.
You guys should do something like this where it's like dissecting the horror tree,
Oh fuck!
Ooh.
and like everybody can throw in different subgenres and where they fit under.
I fucking love this guy right here, man.
That'd be damn.
It'd be long. That would be a segment.
Then you'll find out how many subgenres there are. It's fucking 10 million.
That can even be something. Shit,
I'm horrible when it comes to subgenres and anything. If it's fucking music, movies, games, I'm horrible with subgenres. I just call something action, horror, suspense, thriller. That's about it. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking
No, yeah,
rom-com.
but this is where it gets confusing, especially with horror. So if you're like, I'm in a mood for a horror movie, and people want like you think it's scary, but if someone comes out, I got one for you, and it's a comedy horror, you're like, man, no, I wanted something to scare me. I don't want no fucking laugh. So it's, I don't know. You gotta actually say what type of horror you want to watch, what you're in the mood for.
Yeah.
And the kind will be under animals.
No, he's talking about in.
Oh,
I think he's talking about in the wheel. In the wheel. Anaconda, yes, definitely in the horror, and then it would go reptile, snake. I love that fucking idea though. I'm just trying to think of how to do something with it. Yes, we're thinking out loud, people, because I like to do that shit on here.
Have you ever seen Alligator, the original from 1980?
No, but
I
so many
wanted to
people
say
tell me to
yes.
watch it.
Put it on there, and Alligator 2, for sure.
So they're better. They're
Alligator,
better
you
than
gotta
Lake
watch.
Placid.
Oh, 100% better. Robert Forrester. Oh man, that is such a great, because it's giant mutated alligator that was in the sewers of New York, and it starts attacking people.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
It's
I think I
great.
definitely seen it. I think I've seen that.
I know I haven't seen that, but I want to.
Yeah,
I love
you definitely should. I think you'd love it.
the horror subgenre show. That's
That's your Patreon show right there.
If I think I may have to do a Patreon, people, and that might be the Patreon episodes right there, something like that. I know I said I was never gonna do one, but
do it.
I think I'm gonna have to do one for something like that. If we get enough going, that's gonna be something. Yep, pre-recorded, of course, and all that fun shit. Yeah. Let me write that down. Because that's a fucking huge thing to go through. Because you could. Oh my gosh. That's a lot.
That is.
See, here's another thing that it can mix it up too, because there's animal horror comedies. Like, you want that under the umbrella of animal horror? Like,
yeah, if it's an animal.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's black sheep shit. Like,
it's
like,
almost. I guess it would almost be like
it
would almost be like a family tree, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, the nucleus is the horror. The nucleus would be for everybody. It would be like your last name, whatever. And then it's like, okay, but it's horror, so it's all a family here. But then this branches out to this. This is this. This is this. This. It's a fucking web of madness.
So
I don't think you're gonna have the hardest part with horror, with animal horror. I think you're gonna have the hardest part with like pandemic horror and like that.
Yeah.
That's
found footage, all the breakdowns. Like, say you made a sub horror about witches. Where is Blair Witch falling? Is it found footage or
It's both.
It could be both.
It could fall under both, because again, the reason I say the whole family parent thing, because it's like you get your genes from your mother and your father, so it's like things you get from your mother you don't get from your father. Like, yes, you still get the horror because that's what your parents made you, but you don't get Blair Witch. You get Blair Witch from your mother, but you get found footage from you get found footage from your mother, but you get like a witch movie from your father. Is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But they're both witch movies, but one's found footage, one's
But you can even take something like that and say, okay, watch the series and see if there's a definitive answer if there's a witch or not. If there is no definitive answer, now you have to divide up what's number 2, because number 2 isn't a found footage movie.
That's true.
So it's you can have fun with this one.
A fucking ton of fun. I'm gonna definitely watch one of those episodes too, because fuck, that's a.
So under all of the movies, if we throw werewolves and everything, who's the leader of the animal genre? Is it the werewolves because they're more popular, or would it be like sharks, or would it be dogs?
What you mean,
like the top
or horror, animal horror?
Yeah, like who's like the top level of animal horror?
So if I want like an animal horror food chain, who's at the top of that?
Yeah.
Okay, so hear me out. I'm gonna say sharks, and I'm gonna say just because of Jaws, and like
I don't know.
It's one of those things to where people, people really enjoy that film. It's one of those films to where like it's hard to replicate. Just think of how many people made a shark horror movie just because of Jaws and tried to replicate that, tried to make it good. And I know I try me personally, I don't know about everybody else, but I try not to like compare movies to others. But every time I watch a shark movie, I can go into it knowing it's going to be shitty. Jaws is still like right in the back of my mind. When I watch any other type of animal horror, there's nothing that I'm thinking of besides that movie.
Yours don't count because you're a huge fan of shark movies.
Yeah.
But it's Jaws.
I don't know if Jaws or any shark would have accumulated as many bodies as a werewolf would have.
I think there's bad. I'm going to say this out here. Besides Jaws,
well, do you mean by
better werewolf movies than there are shark movies?
Oh yeah.
Do you? Okay. My better question, James. So kind of clarify with yours. Do you mean like most popular, or do you mean like the strongest?
No, I'm not talking about like who's stronger, a goat or a fucking chicken. I'm talking about like top of the movies, like popular. Like the
I had said
better
food chain
movies.
thing, and you agree. So I was like, "Who's got?"
No,
the
it
body
is like
count,
that. It's
you know what I
it's a
mean?
chain. But there's
Okay,
no
okay,
top.
yeah, and that's why I'm gonna
No.
go with Jaws.
Yeah.
Because you could,
Yeah.
and here's another reason. Yes, some people heard Werewolf in London, but somebody like my father doesn't watch horror movies. He's heard of Jaws before. I can almost guarantee it. American Werewolf in London, maybe.
I think we got to be realistic though, because like you look at that, the best horror movie, in my opinion,
Ooh.
ever made, just based on story, based on popularity, based on, I mean, it was the first blockbuster, you know, so like Jaws would have to be up there. Now, I'm not saying, when I say best, I'm not saying it has to be your favorite.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, if you think about just production quality alone, it's probably the best. It still holds up. People still watch it religiously. A lot of people.
That's true.
And hold it on a high pillar. Now, it's not my favorite movie. It's one of them. It's not my favorite movie, and it's definitely not my favorite horror movie. But that, to me, that's like I still hold it up here because it's like, I mean, it's Jaws.
It's Jaws.
Yeah.
On another level.
Like, it's an awesome movie. Like, it may not be the most entertaining. Like, yeah, I'll put it to you guys like this. Jaws is a better movie than the whole Friday the 13th franchise as far as movie quality and all that other stuff, story, like Mick was just saying. But I'll watch the Friday the 13th franchise a million times before I go back and watch Jaws. That doesn't mean I don't like Jaws. Jaws is more of, for me, which I guess it is for a lot of people, though. It's like, okay, it's summer, it's Shark Week, let's throw Jaws on. Even if it's just background noise, it's just to have the movie on. Even if you're doing other shit, it's just to have the movie on during that little period or whatever. You're watching a bunch of shark movies, but you're like, because I watch a bunch of shitty shark movies that I've never seen. I'm like, let me at least throw Jaws on so I can at least have something good, and then just, throw all this other shit in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, for popular, I'd say Jaws.
Because even before Jaws, there was a subgenre of big fish, especially shark movies, but they were not on that level. It was Jaws that set off, like, we wouldn't have any big fish or shark movies, without Jaws today.
So what outweighs it, though? Jaws is really popular, better quality, like you said, top movie. Let's say diamond movie over any other werewolf movie. But the other sharks under it, is it going to overpower the werewolf movies?
No. And that's where, like, if you take the genre, Jaws may dominate that genre especially, and it may dominate the horror genre in a lot of ways, in top 10 lists and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it is not, like, if you're counting the weight of shark movies, it cannot be sustainable just on Jaws alone.
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
The mega.
Facebook user is wrong.
Wow.
The first wrong opinion.
Well, he's in Florida, so you know how they think down there.
They like the alligators.
Because they fight sharks for fun.
Yeah, right? They're like sharks are bitches.
Convo?
That wasn't scary. I called a great white yesterday.
Oh, Cujo.
Deep blue.
What does Cujo fit under?
That's a dog.
Well,
right?
that's definitely
It's
that's
a Saint Bernard, I believe.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Is there a dog movie genre like Man's Best Friend, like you said, or do werewolves count under that? You got it. Like, it's so much you got to decipher, and I bet you if you got everybody, look at how many people are like jumping in on this now.
Wait, what was? Hang on, can you repeat that question again, Nick?
So you have a lot of dog killer movies.
Mm-hmm.
Cujo probably being the most famous of those.
Yes.
But there's a lot of good ones. Like I know James said Man's Best Friend. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I like that one.
But does it get its own sub dog genre movie, movie genre, subgenre, or does it fit under like werewolves and just say dog movie, or do werewolves fit under dog?
I guess you can kind of separate them, though. I mean, I don't know, though, because you could say they're a different breed of canine, right?
Yes, that would count as animal.
Because
Loch Ness is supposed to be a prehistoric dinosaur.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Kraken is a giant fucking mythological fucking octopus.
This is where I disagree with you. They would not count as animals, in my opinion. They would count as creature features.
Ooh, I forgot about the creature feature category. Good point.
I think because they're more mythical side, I think they fit under
Yeah, I agree with that.
creature side.
But with all that said, Nick, aren't they still technically an animal?
Well, we don't. I mean, because it's mythical. Like, is a kraken an animal? Like, we don't know if it's a giant squid or because if you watch Clash of the Titans, it's not a giant squid. It's almost like a Cthulhu type character.
Kind of, yeah. It just had the octopus arms, basically.
If that's the case, is it a demon?
So okay, I
Jesus.
like this. I love this right here. That's where Cujo would fall under animal horror and then quarantine.
Yeah.
And then animal quarantine horror. So I'm sure there's other animal quarantine horrors because of disease going around because of the animals.
There was that blockbuster movie with the monkey outbreak.
I was just gonna say.
All right. What about this then?
Black sheep would fall under the animal contagion because they were contaminated from what the people did to them.
Yeah.
Not fucking them, but the shit they're putting in to make them kill people.
Yeah, exactly. It's a transformation movie too.
Well, Contagion was the bat.
Yep.
Okay.
That they ate the food that like contained the bat or whatever that the bat droppings were on, and that's what started that, which basically was 2020 all over. But so like something like that would be like definitely a quarantine horror. But now does that fit under animal horror? Under animal quarantine horror?
Because the disease came from animals. The movie's not about the animals, though.
Dude.
Yeah.
So definitely, we could say a quarantine, but maybe not animal quarantine, like he's saying. Yeah, maybe they would definitely fall under quarantine, but because it's not from.
I don't know if they'll count as animal.
I don't know.
What about Deep Blue Sea? Genetically altered sharks.
Yeah.
That's animal.
I got one.
But is it genetic? Does it fall under like a quarantine animal because they're genetically altered? It's such a hard. I'm telling you, if you took this on,
that's another fucking subgenre of genetically of genetically mutated animals. So it's like genetically mutated animals by man. Shark movie, animal horror, and then it says horror.
I got one for you.
Horror, shark movie.
I got one for you, Ray.
And if you wanted to do like this, like you could do horror. Just real quick, James. Horror, animal horror, aquatic animal horror, shark. And then all the other shit. Go ahead.
Human Centipede. Is it under the animals?
No.
Not that it's people. No. It's people.
It's
just a bunch
of
people.
Turn them into a centipede, man.
Two people getting their salad tossed, James.
I would classify it under mad scientists. Also, like if there's a genetic
ass-eating category.
Wow. Yes, eating category.
All right, so this might sound stupid, but does the first Jurassic Park fall under the horror category at all? Because there's a lot of dark scenes with dinosaurs ravaging and ripping people apart.
I would say so.
I will agree with that one. I believe in that more than I say Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Wow. Okay.
James.
And that one's kind of a roller coaster because you got the lovely landscapes at the beginning and the nice scenery with the sunshine. Dun, 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 and then all of a sudden it's T-Rex nighttime, Velociraptors, fucking shit's coming at you. Just like, oh, fuck.
Dude, how they made this movie back in the day when it first came out, you had kids thinking this was going to be a nice dinosaur movie. But so many kids got scared out of them because of the fucking raptors and the T-Rexes and shit. It's night, it's pouring, and you just see a fucking giant T-Rex chasing you.
Look at this.
Smashing a car over off a cliff and everything. Yo, that's our children.
Like Tool Cabin in the Woods. Oh, okay.
What's
up, Joseph?
Cabin in the Woods, I don't think you can count, because if you count Cabin in the Woods that way, you have to count Cabin in the Woods every way because it has everything in it.
That's true. They do have everything in it.
I would more so probably count it as an elder god.
Henry, what the hell is
Henry? You're a flexible man.
No, because the centipede would be his woman in front of him, and his face is in her ass.
But you got to. Oh, okay.
It's a constant tossing of salad.
Yeah. With some dressing.
Oh. God.
Put some dressing on it. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. Wow, this brought on a great fucking conversation. I want to keep going. This horror subgenre shit is amazing. And I want to think of, again, this just saying it out loud, because this is going to be the Patreon shit right here, guys.
Did anybody ever Google this?
What?
I don't know.
They-
But this is gonna
How
this
many
is gonna
horror
be
subgenres are there?
there's a ton because again we're breaking it down. Maybe I'm not saying more than anybody ever has because I don't have facts on that, but possibly more than others have. And I feel like we should probably start obviously with horror, and then just go with maybe animal and just kind of break down that and kind of just go from there. Because I mean,
Okay, so Google says there are 4 main horror areas: killers, monsters, paranormal, and psychological.
I'd agree with that.
but
Everything else kind of fits underneath them. So how
it's all
would
branches
animal? How would animal? Where would animal come off one of these?
I guess it'd be under killer, but it'd be a sub-directory.
I mean,
under there.
listen. If horror is the tree and those are just the 4 main branches, who's to say this tree doesn't have more branches on it?
You could.
See that, James? See what I did there? And
But
I
think
don't
about-
see. I don't see no
Thanksgiving-
answer.
Thanksgiving is, first of all, an amazing fucking film, and you're a genius for bringing that up. I do want to say that to you, Joseph. Second, it would go horror comedy, animal horror comedy, bird horror,
So-
bird horror, animal comedy.
Okay, you're going crazy. This
I
You're
wouldn't
getting-
never
break it down
ending tree.
far, but that's you guys know how I feel about Thanksgiving, so I had to do it for Thanksgiving.
Fucking Kang the Conqueror over here with all his
Yeah.
timeline branches.
Seriously.
Psychological horror is your favorite,
What's up,
Thanks for
Gigs?
tuning in.
Mine's
Gigs too.
paranormal.
and then this says
I lean
Just make
towards
your own
demon.
range.
movies.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm doing.
I mean,
Hell
they're,
yeah.
they're talking about this whole, like, how Morbius and the new Doctor Strange are kind of darker and more horror style.
I heard that-
and
I
shit,
heard
so
that
I'm
too.
Like, yo, there's a new... Because I think, from my recollection, I think Brightburn
Yes.
pretty much started that, the superhero
Yes.
darkscape. You know what I mean?
I like that movie.
That
But
shit was good.
I mean, it can go back even farther than that. I mean, you look at some of these old superhero movies, like way back in the day, like there's a lot more horror elements to it. I mean, look at Batman Returns.
They should make
Returns
a
like clowns
horror.
running around and shit.
Yeah, and he bites the guy's nose off and shit, yeah.
They should make horror movie style, like hero movies
More,
like that.
I would like that. Like more, yeah. I
Like,
wish they
uh,
did more with.
Well,
More
look at
supervillain
Blade's one.
side, I would
Blade's
assume.
Marvel now.
I wish
Blade-
they would have
Blade
done
is
more.
supposed to be, yeah,
Wasn't
that's what I'm
Blade
saying. They're
always
Marvel. A lot of people didn't know that. Because Blade's a vampire movie. It's supposed to be a horror, kind of. Is a horror action movie, basically.
Well,
But
Godzilla and Kong are in kaiju.
I don't even understand how those are horror movies, but okay.
they're
Well-
they're under monsters, or they could be under the mythical ones, like you said, like the Kraken and shit.
Yeah,
But for me,
I would-
from my
but-
perspective, I've never saw them as a frightening, like yeah, holy shit, they're big, and look at these monsters
I see
ravaging the
what you're
city,
saying.
but
I
not
see what
like,
you're saying.
oh my god, I'm scared. Like I've never watched one of them and gone, or no,
You
no,
didn't-
no,
you didn't-
no. You know what I mean? Like
You didn't see Japan running?
I saw Japan running, and I'm sure it'd be horrifying if I was a person that was about to be stepped on by a fucking 30 megaton fucking creature.
Oh.
Don't get me wrong.
Okay, would they be under creature feature then?
Hold up. Before we go past that, just staying on this conversation because what you just said, what you both just said, which was funny, but I got a question for you guys because you said, did you see how they were running in Japan? Would you be afraid of these movies watching them as a kid if you were from there though? Like, does that make the serious question? Does that make a difference? Like, for
Like
example,
if it was in your hometown or home state or something?
yes, like if you're watching Friday the 13th, for example, but you live in the country, you live in the woods, that might fuck with you more, especially as a kid, than it would living in the city or living in.
I will argue that Gojira, the Japanese version of Godzilla, not the Americanized version, Japanese version, is a well done movie. It should fall under. It's a kaiju movie, of course, which is his own subgenre, but I think it falls under just as much the horror genre as Jurassic Park does.
I agree.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm a huge Godzilla fan. The Japan version.
You want your minds fucked right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Prehistoric horror, right?
Okay.
Tremors.
Yes.
They're prehistoric sandworm, so
Yeah,
it's a
I agree.
prehistoric horror movie.
And they're animals, right?
Yeah.
Shit, man, this guy's good. But I'm assuming
Well,
this
do
is you,
insects
Henry.
fall under animals or insects their own fucking subgenre?
Ooh.
Oh, they have to be there. They have to have at least part of their own because of like
That's
maybe the
true. But
bugs.
then what? Okay, just because. What is a worm?
I'd put it under insects.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would put it like bugs, insects, things like that, like earthly creatures. Let's call it that.
Yeah.
There we go. Earthly.
Like them, the ant movie. Like that's going to fall under that.
Okay.
But it also, I think that all falls under the creature features.
So,
what's the one with the roach in the sewers?
Oh, mimic or species?
Yes,
No,
mimic. Thank you. It's mimic. Yeah.
Henry said he's loving this conversation, guys. Horror is so subjective. It is. And Henry, I want you to be on which we're going to be talking about behind the scenes, of course, but these episodes, because you're someone who is very knowledgeable and very passionate about this type of stuff. And it'd be dope. It'd be a dope conversation. Let's do it. Let's do that.
Tremors 2.
Did Henry say Tremors 2 is my shit? Is that Henry?
Is that you, Henry? All right, do me a favor for Facebook users. I see what Giovanni's doing. He's putting -G. So just put dash your first initial so we know what you said.
Because if he is, then yeah, fucking Tremors 2 is great. Earl Bassett's a hero.
I always loved the original VHS varieties of Godzilla movies.
Yep. Same here. I own like 3 of them or something. They're all bootleg. There's like 3 movies on each one.
This is such a
Just like I never saw or thought of the Toxic Avenger as a horror movie until these guys were like, "Oh, it's horror, it's horror, it's horror." I'm like, "How?"
Superhero movie.
It's a superhero movie. It's not horror. It's a superhero movie.
That's New Jersey's greatest superhero.
What about Swamp Thing? The original Swamp Thing.
Yeah, there you go. That one too.
Swamp Thing goes a little dark.
I would put that under environmental horror.
Yeah.
Under what? What'd you say? Under what horror?
Environmental
horror.
Environmental. There you go.
Environmental.
Would Blob be under the environmental?
No, that's
Blob
outer
is from space, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. It is from space.
It's extraterrestrial.
I'm trying to think of like a fucking glob that's
The Happening.
The Happening's environmental. It's the plants.
Yeah.
Is that where the people are falling out of the sky?
Yeah, no, it's the plants are reacting to the way the world is going, and it's making people die as they breathe if they come across.
That's right. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Giovanni. It's. I mean, there's no wrong answers for it because I feel. I mean, there's of course wrong answers to certain things, but I feel like with this conversation, some people might not see it as a certain type of subgenre to them. It might just be like animal horror, shark movie, and then that's as far as they're going. That's it. That's cool, but we're gonna take it further. So we're gonna add more branches.
Alien. The Thing is Alien, right?
Yeah.
It was frozen in. It was frozen.
Yeah. Thing.
Yeah.
The Thing. Yeah.
That's Alien horror. Definitely.
That's Alien.
And this one says the original Swamp Thing is more of a horror. It's more horror than Toxic Avenger, but at the same time,
Toxic Avenger could be called environmental horror too. I mean, it's toxic waste.
There's a baseball
that mutated someone. Yep.
Wow.
That movie was crazy the first time I seen it. By the way, I did not expect him to go into fucking like a Japanese bathroom with a whole bunch. You just see fucking naked women running around everywhere. Like,
there is horror romance, man, and you know what's funny is if we do horror romance, I'm gonna be tying horror romance shit into funny ways, like how I did with Black Sheep. How those two.
It's usually a lot of the vampire movies.
Yeah. I think that's why I'm not a big fan of vampire movies. That just gets boring.
I like the vicious ones, like 28 Days. I don't.
There's a movie that came out. I think it's about 2 or 3 years ago, before the pandemic. I interviewed the director on the premiere. Rodman Flender. He did Idle Hands.
Idle Hands. We just reviewed that.
Oh yeah.
This movie is called Eat Brains Love.
Oh, why does that sound familiar?
It's a zombie. It's a zombie love story road trip movie.
Okay.
It's insane, but it's pretty cool.
There's another one too. What's the zombie one where the girl is making them human again? They're like dating.
Yeah, Warm Bodies. Or not warm. Is it Warm Bodies?
Yeah, it's Warm Bodies.
Yeah.
I think it's Warm Bodies. Yeah.
Well, Eat Brains Love, like they have this thing, like after they eat, they can be normal again. But when they get hungry, they turn into like vicious rage zombies.
So it's kind of like that show with that Santa Clarita Diet with fucking Drew Barrymore and which that's a decent show. I liked it.
Gothica would psychological
thriller. Yeah,
I think so.
Oh shit! Mick,
What
I
happened?
think I found your movie.
What?
Is it on Amazon Prime?
I don't know.
Zombies. Shippers
No,
versus zombies. Undead and unrated.
there's no way it's on there. There's no way.
Not on Prime. It's on. Like you could buy it on
How
DVD.
much is it?
It is $29.
Oh shit!
Really? I might buy it. I have a copy and I still might buy it.
If this is it, I'm about to show you guys right now.
Yeah, show me.
Queen of the Dam is good. That is like a.
That's it. That's the one.
Fuck
That's
yeah!
it.
Yeah,
I'm putting this
I've
shit in my
actually
cart.
seen that. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, wait a minute. Is it?
No, it's $74.99.
Where is this?
Oh, I don't know.
Save
I would-
$37.
Oh,
What the fuck?
I told you it's used. Oh, you can buy it used from $29.
Right
The
there.
original is 74. You said?
New.
Yeah, it's because it's like it's out there, but like nobody has a copy.
Wow, it's like a collector's item.
Here's the
I
thing:
need this.
when that movie was made, it was made before the Jenna Jameson Strippers versus Zombies movie.
Okay.
Ah.
But then that came out first because this was in post production. Pull up those names again. All right, so Disco was my. He was one of my lab instructors in digital cinematography. Who else is in this? Jessica Barton. She was pretty nice. She I went to her birthday party that year. It was really nice. She had in downtown Orlando. And none of the other names I remember. Oh, Kenny Beaumont. Kenny Beaumont was one of the instructors at my school too.
Nice. Now, what did you do with these two films?
I was all right. Jesus, you'll see me in like one part. I play like there's this like hallway raid scene where the zombies come in, and there's this really tall zombie all the way in the back wearing a football jersey. You don't see me directly. There's a mirror on the wall, and you see my face in the mirror, and I'm just slamming my hands again because they're like, make noise, and I'm taller than everybody. So I just start slamming my hands against the wall. I'm like, I don't know what to do because I was working the lighting crew, but they needed extra zombies. So I was like, all right, fine. And I just start slamming my hands against the wall. So like you see it pretty clearly. But
that's fucking awesome. Oh,
no, it's so terrible.
No, man. I gotta get that movie.
Hey, you're in a
I
movie.
feel like
man.
I saw that on stream somewhere.
I liked it better than the Jenna Jameson version. And it's got the greatest character in movie history. Johnny Backhand Vegas. He'd be bringing down the. How did he put it? I'd be bringing down these zombies with my strong pimp hand.
Nice.
I like it.
It's so insane.
Dead Alive is a romantic horror movie.
I would agree with that. I'd agree with that.
Bloody, wild, crazy, but it's romantic.
Oh, that's a good question too, by Joseph.
What was that?
Is there a car horror like Christina Rubber?
Yeah, I haven't seen them. There's one. Is it Black?
Or would they be under? Would they be under paranormal?
Ooh,
paranormal. Yeah.
They're possessed. They're basically possessed.
Possession, vehicle. So like Mad Max?
I was thinking the Wraith.
Mad Max was the vehicles weren't alive.
Not Mad. What's the one where the cars were alive? Not Mad Max.
Cars, the Disney movie.
Maximum Overdrive.
Thank you, Maximum.
But that was called Aliens.
That's an alien movie. Because it's not just the cars; it's the machines.
Yeah.
But again, it goes vehicle and then boop. Alien.
Yeah, remember the soda machine and the lawnmowers and stuff like they kill too.
Oh shit! Machinery.
So, yeah, I mean it would fit under machinery, but it's definitely alien horror. But what about the Wraith?
I didn't see that one.
I've never seen that.
Put that on your list right now.
That's good. I seen that. The Wraith, is it the Wraith more like? See, that's hard because you don't know if it's alien or like.
It's no. They say it's Charlie. Okay, I'm gonna pitch this movie to you right now. I know you've seen it, James. It's Charlie Sheen's in the movie. So this guy, like, there's like this like pack of like car guys who like race people and they kill them, and they kill this one guy because he's dating the guy's like ex-girlfriend or whatever. So he comes back as a wraith in like this slick car, and he races them and kills all of them.
Yeah.
Clint Howard's in it. Charlie Sheen plays the wraith. Like, so he comes back as Charlie Sheen. And he starts dating a girl again, and kind of living life, doing his thing, and then like he'll turn into the Wraith and race them and kill them.
Wow.
It's odd, but it's a good movie. And actually the car that he uses in it, because it's all souped up, it was the model for Dodge Intrepid at the time.
Wow.
So I would definitely check it out. I would definitely put it under car movies and paranormal.
Paranormal, definitely, yeah.
Yes, like Christine. Oh shit. There's so much, man. I'm gonna tell you guys this too. We're not gonna get through every single type of subgenre because there's, as you can see, we're fucking adding so many
Seems
more.
like it's never ending.
But I love that though, because what it's gonna do, and what I hope it does, and hope it inspires, is other horror fans that are just like, you know what, these guys started it off. Let's take it even further, and someone else takes it even further and further to where it's just like, yo, this is a horror, blah 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 blah. This is what I want to see. Boom. This is the movie.
Here, can I give you my opinion on how you might want to do this?
Yes.
You get all of your fans. You put out a ballot. You say pick 10 movies that you want to see get separated into the genre, right? And however many people do that, that's where you start. And then you pick those, and then the next month, they can pick 10 more.
Got it.
So, and if there's any overlap, whatever, you kind of absorb that in. And then that way, like if you did do this on the Patreon, then whoever like buys into the Patreon each month can add new movies to it.
Boom. There it is. You want to add movies to it? Join the Patreon. And then you get to see us break down those films into not rating the films, just breaking them down by genre, subject. It's horror. Yes, it has to be a horror movie. And then we'll break it down from there, like where it goes and all that. So we'll have to watch it, of course. We'll have to check it out. But as far as reviewing it, we're not going to do that.
I would just add them in. And have a conversation about it. Like I would just take however many you can fit within like one episode a week or whatever.
Yeah.
And then just do that and fit it in and record it.
Boom.
And then you got all those people, because now it has everybody helping you, because now they're not going to be like, all right, that's on the list. We're not going to put that on our list anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go find more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
One more question, and I promise you I'll leave you alone.
No, you're perfectly fine, man. You got this ball fucking rolling. Go ahead.
Does Freddy Krueger go under demons?
Yeah.
Because he was bestowed the powers by the dream demons.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So.
He's basically back as a spirit, but in the dream realm.
I would put him under paranormal over the blanket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then in subgenre, I don't know. I think he fits under demons.
I mean, he fits under psychological as well.
True. Yeah.
He plays mind games, and plus that's frightening to most people, that concept of, hey, you can never go to sleep, you can't escape him, period.
Yeah.
Which people hallucinate and all that other crazy shit. Yeah.
Damn.
Which is the one thing that I really, really liked about the new remakes with Jackie Earle Haley and shit like that.
That's deep. Who knew Freddy was so damn deep if you break it down?
What about Jason? Is he zombie or demon?
Depends on the movie.
Yes.
Because now you also have Hillbilly Murderer, like Backwoods Hillbilly Murderer from the second one.
Part 2.
And the third one. Even a fourth one, actually.
And then you also have a Deadite too, right?
When he becomes a zombie.
Yeah.
So he's undead.
Because he has to be killed with the knife.
Yep.
Yeah, and Jason goes to hell.
But even when he came back after the first one, after his mom was killed or whatnot, isn't he considered? What is he? Is he a zombie or is he?
Because he was supposed to be a boy. It's not like he was hiding somewhere and grew up. He came back as a fucking man killing machine type thing.
Well, he drowned. We all know he drowns. Mm-hmm. And then
did he grow up under the water?
Listen, I broke this down. I broke this down before, James. I'm gonna break it down for you guys again that you weren't here for it. So
wait, no, save it because you're coming on my show next.
I'm gonna say it again on your show because it makes plenty of sense to me. Remember those dinosaurs we'd get as kids that grew in water? Boom, yeah. Jason.
No way. No, I'm not accepting that.
Oh, he's waterlogged.
Dream. Listen, kid from the first one. Because then why didn't he grow from 1955?
Right.
He just grew in like a year? He grew in like 6 months? No, I think that was a dream. She was dreaming about the Jason that she was told about.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but he was alive this whole time, living in the woods in that shack, growing up in the backwoods. And he saw his mother get killed. And that's when he's like, I'm going to murder these motherfuckers.
There we go.
That's a good one. So, so what you're saying is you don't think he drowned?
No, I don't think he did drown.
Ooh.
I think he almost drowned.
I never thought of that.
I think he almost drowned. And here's my backstory in my head.
Wash up somewhere, and even his mom didn't know he was alive?
Well, no, I think that he did survive, and she knew. She was mad because they weren't paying attention to him. And he almost drowned. But he went into the woods because she realized he'll never be accepted in like normal life. And that's why she stayed living at the near the camp.
Okay.
And she didn't want it opened again.
That's a good argument right there.
I
think I'm on your side with that one.
Which, if we are doing it, you mind if I plug real quick?
Of course. Go ahead, man. Of course.
All right. So, well, first off, for the rest of the month, because we are representatives of the Carolina Fear Fest, we are dissecting horror franchises all month on our show. Next Tuesday is Tremors. We're doing the whole Tremors franchise. But on May 13th, we're doing a special State of the Con episode where we're going to have guests. Sir Sturdy's coming on. And we are going to dissect the Friday the 13th franchise. It's a special 2-hour show from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. So, like, come out, check it out, watch, join in the conversation in the comments and all that jazz. But, it's going to be really exciting.
I can't I'm so excited for that because that's my favorite slasher franchise. I don't know if it's the first. I know it's not the first horror movie I've ever seen. Oh, I don't know that, but it's one movie that really just kept me like wanting to see more horror growing up. So I'm fucking excited as hell for that. So make sure you guys tune in for that because you're gonna have a great time.
We're gonna have some fun guests on too. I'm trying to get my buddy Frank. He directed. I don't know if you saw the vampire movie The Shed.
No.
It was on. It should still be on Shudder. It's a good one. It's a really well done indie vampire movie called The Shed. He directed it, and he's going to try and come on for that show. If not, he's going to definitely be on for one of the shows this month.
Nice.
So that'll be fun.
That's gonna be fun as shit. I can't wait. That's gonna be fun as shit on Friday the 13th too. That's so beautiful. Makes it easier for me because I don't have to do like a horror Source 30 special. I'll just be over there. Go see me over there, guys.
Here's something crazy. I have to keep a promise.
What's that?
So I don't know what's going on with YouTube lately. So, all right, here's an emotional damage story for you guys. You know, we've been trying to build our YouTube channel for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And we were on Tuesday, we were at 613. And we're proud of that. And like, we keep trying to get up and we're trying to get to 1,000. So I woke up and Wednesday morning, we were at 954.
Okay.
I'm like, what happened? Awesome. I'm like, what happened? What do we do that was so like that we got that many? And like 3 hours later, we're at 1,100.
Holy shit! Like, congratulations! That's fucking amazing.
Hold on.
No, he said emotional damage. This does not sound like it's going to end well.
I said this was an emotional damage ride. So I'm stoked, and I'm so afraid that it's a glitch in YouTube because I'm like, there's no way this is possible. I'm like telling myself, I'm like, there's no way I'm this popular to have this much, let alone Scene Snobs, anything else. I'm like, no way. So then at like 1 a.m. last night, I woke up. I don't know why I felt like I needed to check it, but I checked it. It said 620. I'm not upset because I'm like, yeah, I knew it had to be some sort of fluke. I knew it had to be just crazy. So I left it alone. I went back I was talking to my wife about it, and she was like, yeah, I can't believe you reached 1,000. I'm proud of you. And I'm like, well, let me tell you a story. So and I told her, I was like, we're back down to 620. I was like, I think it was just a fluke, whatever, glitch. Today, this afternoon, I'm like doing stuff on Facebook, on YouTube, and I refresh it, 990. And I'm like, what is happening right now? Why you can't play with my emotions like this? It's driving me crazy. And because and I'm getting to the point of the story, and it's you're gonna love this part. So I check it again like an hour later, it's 989. I'm like, okay, it's a glitch, it's going back down, whatever. back up again, and it's currently at 1,175.
Nice.
But it went up to 1,300.
Okay.
Then it went down to 1,175, and it's still been holding there strong for like 4 hours. So I'm like, you got to stop messing with my emotions. Because is this real? What's going on? So here's why. I made a promise a while ago when we were at like 200, and I don't know why I did this. As most people know, I was a filmmaker. I made some very bad stuff in my time.
Oh, I know where this is going from listening to the podcast.
Bad as in like terrible filmmaking style. My first movie was it was a romantic comedy called Second Grade of Love, where it was so pompous and pretentious. Everybody who watched it hated it. We watched it and hated it. And we were like, we can't believe we did this. We swore it would never see the light of day. We made a behind-the-scenes featurette that's longer than the movie. It's terrible. It's terrible. I'm telling you. So it exists. They both exist. I have copies. Casey, I showed him when we did our old podcast way back in the day. And he was like, yeah, this is the worst thing ever. Don't let this out unless I can let it out. Like sort of thing, like one of those jokes. Yeah. Well, we made a promise. If we got to 1,000, we would have a live watch party of both.
Oh.
And I forgot about that. Well, when we reached 1,000 the other day or yesterday, one of our viewers was like, hey, when's the watch party? So Casey calls me up as soon as he writes that, and he's like, we got to do something.
Yes.
So if it's true, and we're at 1,000 in June, we're going to do another charity event, but it's going to be a smaller one. It's not going to be an all-day thing like we normally do. It's going to be like a few hours leading up to the watch party. And if we can gain a certain amount, I will even throw in trailers to other movies I've done.
Okay.
I'm fucking in. How can we help? Because I want to see this shit.
Well, the only thing is we got to make sure that we're at 1,000. I'm not convinced right now. I'm not convinced that this is going to be sustaining.
Well, listen, anybody that's watching right now, or anybody that's going to be listening to this episode in the future, follow the Scene Snobs. Yep. We need to make sure that they're over.
No, it's got to be subscribers. I'm not going for just because we get their
Instagram. Subscribe to their YouTube channel, and subscribe to Horror Source 30 if you're not subscribed now. If you're watching like the Z Network or whatever, but subscribe to their YouTube channel on the Scene Snobs. Make sure that page is at least 5,000. And Mick will listen. If you guys get them up to 5,000, Mick will release every single movie he's made.
I will.
Besides the stuff you can't release.
I have everything on DVD. So not everything's digital, but I can make it digital. I'm telling you, people, if you get us to 5,000, I will release it all.
That's hilarious.
That'll go out. We will have a watch party, and I'm in a lot of it. I'm in a lot of them.
Mick, how do I get these movies for myself or like a personal copy?
Never.
I wouldn't show anybody. I just watch them at home.
You're just gonna if we do the watch party, you're just gonna have to download that version. But we're gonna Mystery Science Theater it.
That's funny.
So it's gonna be interesting to say the least. Because
all right, can I at least be a part of that? Having some fun?
You give me those numbers, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, $5,000, 5,000 people. 5,000.
That's funny.
You give me those? Yeah, absolutely. You can do whatever you want. And I'll even do zombies with commentary. I'll tell you what shooting that thing was all like.
See? And that's what the people want to see and hear. Let's make it happen. Let's fucking make it happen.
They're going to watch Second Grade of Love and be like, you dullard. I can't believe you made this. And you made it unironically like, oh, this is going to be a great movie. This is like a really good romantic comedy.
And me, I'm gonna say I'm happy to know this guy. Yeah, the movie might suck, but hey, that's my guy.
The star of the movie it wasn't a really big horror movie in Jeepers Creepers. Oh. He played the little boy that was dead in the tunnel that gets up and like points at him and talks to him.
Oh shit!
Nice. So he was the star of Second Grade of Love. Chris Knight was his name.
Now, there you go, man. See that? You have a shot. If you star in one of Mick's movies, you have a shot at being in an awesome feature film.
Listen, I've worked with some great people, not because I had any talent or
No. We're not going to downgrade your talent. There was something about your aura. It could be the personality. You might be a shitty actor, but
I
you
am.
draw people in. You did something right.
They were fun to work on. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh.
I'm looking for way more fun towards Saturday because I'm going to be reviewing some Ultron.
Yes, sir. I was just gonna say, are you coming through?
Yes.
Yeah, man. So
Age of Ultron. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be fun.
I told my wife, I'm like, I'm staying up late on Saturday. She goes, that's the first time ever. Like since we've been married, I'm like, yeah. We have kids, man. It's like, I'm going to bed, but I'm going to be up late on Saturday.
Yeah, okay. He's going to need 2 or 3 days to recover.
Hey, I got to rewind really quick because the way you said that was like, like my wife said, like, that's the first time. Like, she was a little disappointed. Like, she wanted to just stay up and watch a movie where you always just fucking fall asleep.
Like, that's not far off.
So you can stay up for worst damn gamer, but you can't stay up for me?
I'm the perfect example. I go to sleep like 10 o'clock.
I'm with you. I take a gummy and I'm like, I'm going to
bed. We're gonna spread the word. We're gonna try to get you up to those 5,000. I'm definitely gonna blast you on TikTok. I mean, your content speaks for itself. The content on TikTok's fucking awesome. Your podcast, there's always at a point that I'm like all in, and I'm like, and I start laughing with you guys and shit. So it's definitely something to be seen, and the numbers are growing for a reason. I think YouTube just recently did a system for like raids, kind of like Twitch was doing. So I don't know if maybe that's what you're experiencing is people like bringing other people to your page and then leaving or whatnot. So that could be part of that. But hey, once you start getting those people there, they see it, you're going to start converting. Your shit converts to sales. You know what I mean? It converts people. It keeps them.
Yeah. Well, we were wondering because we went from like 290 to 600 in like 2 weeks. Because we've started doing the YouTube shorts and stuff like that, and we're putting out a lot more content.
Shorts are amazing. YouTube shorts is a vehicle for fucking growth, man.
And we got to like 613 and stalled for like 3 weeks. We stalled, and like nobody was like subscribing. We're like, I wonder what the hell's going on. And then it grew, and I'm like, was it just a glitch and they were hiding on me? I was like, I need to check this. So it was an emotional roller coaster the past couple of days.
You guys are going to get there, though. You guys are going to get there. And even more so because the kind of friend that I am and the kind of friend that I feel like 97% of guy friends are, we want to see our boys like that with that embarrassing shit that they don't want to show everybody. With those movies you made, you know what I mean? With the stuff you can show, of course, but with the movies and shit you made, just the dumb shit you've done, those stupid stories, and all, we love that shit. And if we can get a visual of it, like females are different because I feel like a female friend would help you destroy that tape, but your guy friend's going to go, yeah, I'm going to help him destroy this, but I already made like 18 copies that I have hidden all over the place, but just in case.
Well, we have merch that makes fun of me.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is one of our shirts. What's the strongest ship in the fleet? And if you see, it's the TSS Friendship. Because whenever I would get hammered back in the day, I'd drunk dial my friends. Casey being one of them. And I'd be like, hey, man. And he would pick up and be like, hey, man, what's the strongest ship in the fleet? And then he'd be like, what? And I'd be like, friendship. And then I'd hang up.
Wow.
He knew I was drunk whenever he got that phone call.
That's fucking
awesome. That is fucking awesome.
So we had merch made up of it. And like quite a few people have bought it because they were like, this is the greatest. Like everybody I've called bought one because they're like, this is the greatest.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's a trip, man. Like we got stuff that we're just like we make fun of ourselves on. Like we don't care.
that right there is fucking dope. That is dope.
I like if anybody's like on the fence about the show, I just say go watch some of the clips because we always take clips out of each episode, and you can always like we talked about the worst henchmen in movies this week.
That was fucking funny. Darth Vader. Oh, I meant to ask you this. Because I believe it was Casey that said that the Foot Clan were bad ones, which I'm on the fence with because I was agreeing with you. Like they're young kids, so they're not going to be that great. But you watch the first movie, yes. But if you watch throughout the movies and the cartoons, they do get better. If you watch some of the newer stuff as well.
Oh yeah,
that's one. But two, do the putties from Power Rangers count as henchmen?
Yes. And we were going to talk about them, but we really thought they would be punching down.
No. Because
we were like, can we make fun of them? Like, because they're like the worst. They have like a plate in the middle. Who makes that?
Yeah.
They die if you hit that plate.
But I mean, if in the beginning, if you remember from the original Power Rangers, they were getting fucked up by the putties at first. They had to morph before they could even compete with them, and then they had to take a while to learn to hit them in the chest. And even they evolved some over the seasons, I believe. Not
No, they did a little
easily.
bit.
I would definitely count them as henchmen.
It's when Zed came into picture. The putties like upgraded
Zed.
with them.
Lord Zed.
Yeah.
But I mean, can you count the monsters as shitty henchmen? Because they were only good like when they got big.
Goldar and what was the
Oh.
Yeah, they're Goldar. I would say is like the top henchman.
Yeah, he's the fucking like the commander.
Not Goldar. You know when Rita would throw her stick and then the things would get
Oh,
bigger,
they make the
and swords and
monster.
shit?
They create a monster.
Yeah.
Would they count as henchmen?
I mean, I think if they were around when they're small, which a lot of them were.
Yeah, because they fought.
Yeah.
Hey, remember how they would
I
fight?
don't think they're henchmen. They're more like a signed assassin. Like you got a subcontractor coming in.
I still maintain that the worst henchmen in movie history are from Roadhouse. I'm telling you, these guys are a mess. They're a mess. They are all deadbeat dads who don't see their kids.
What had me rolling about that episode, which I will tell you guys, this people, what you gotta go tune into, is when you were like, okay, I forgot the henchman. It was from Roadhouse. I forgot like the top guy's name. Like, yeah, I'll pay your beer tab and I'll pay your child support, but you're my henchman. And you guys just fight bouncers and all this other shit. I was like, holy shit.
Help me take over the bar and I'll pay your child support. And
There you go.
That's it. Like I'll keep your ex-wife off your back and your kids.
Yep. Oh my god, it was so fucking funny. Make sure you guys check out the fucking Scene Snobs, guys, because that's a funny show. And actually, we could wrap this one up and throw in our plugs and all that. But yeah, you guys, there's some dope ideas. There's some dope ideas that Nick definitely made sure I listened this time with the Patreon shit.
Yeah.
But with this one, so like with all my regular movie review content, it's free. But with this extra shit here, that is gonna be some exclusive shit because that's just a lot to do. It's gonna be fun. You could be involved too. Join the Patreon. You can. Hey, here's what I want you guys to break down these movies, and we'll do a movie or two at a time. We'll figure something out. I don't know how many movies we're gonna do at a time because again, that's gonna take time.
Sturdy's gonna start a Patreon and he's gonna retire. I'm sad, dude, because
As a
everybody's
matter of
gonna want
fact,
to be a part of that.
With those, because you are throwing X amount of movies at us with this whole Patreon thing, you join the Patreon. Not only can you add to the list or help make a list or whatever for us to do, you can come on that episode for the movies that you picked, that we pick out of. Boom. And those will be Patreon exclusives. As you get the extra shit. But yeah, let's wrap this one up. And like I told you guys too with the audio episode, so this episode here won't be coming out audio wise until next Thursday, but it'll also remind you to watch the episode tonight, Thursday. I know it's pre-recorded and all that shit, but tonight, Thursday, I don't know what we're reviewing yet, but tune in 8 o'clock Eastern time to see us. And for everybody else watching live, tune in on Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And we're not leaving yet because again, we gotta pull these things up. So let's boom. Tell them where they can find you, my guy.
TheSceneSnobs.com. I just try to make it easier for everybody because like we have links literally everywhere.
That's just so smart.
Just go to TheSceneSnobs.com and you can literally, if you want our social media, you want our YouTube, you want all of our podcast platforms. We have a pod page. You can listen on iTunes, it's on there. If you listen on Spotify, wherever else, it's all listed on there. You can just go to the website.
Boom.
Awesome. And then I am the worst damn gamer ever, aka Chris. You can find me on all of the socials: Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. Go check out my TikTok and embrace the worst damn crew ever there. Keep spreading the love. If you're into Apex, you're into these podcasts, you can also come watch my movie podcast called The Midnight Matinee, which airs usually Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. So if you're down for that, come on down. We're talking MCU currently. Mick's going to be on Saturday as well. So if you enjoyed this episode, you go check out his content. Come join him again with me on Saturday with Sturdy, and we're going to talk some Age of Ultron. You can go check out Dreams the Creator on his YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Homie is the digital god. That's why his name is Dreams the Creator. If there's anything that's digital with video, audio, he's the man for you. He helps us with our overlays, our logos. He can help you with your wedding if you need somebody to film it, do some edits, make a music video, make a beat or jingle for you. He's your guy. Go check him out. Let him know I sent you or Sir Sturdy sent you. He'll hook you up with a good, decent price. So Good It's Scary. You can catch our guy Cal, the Angry Canadian. He's running that up in Canada. Drop in if you're an independent filmmaker. You got a project 30 minutes or less. You want us to review it on the show. Hit him up on Facebook. You can check him out on Instagram. Go have fun with all of his interactive content on TikTok as well. The man's doing his damn thing. Appreciate you, bro. You can go check out another one of our great affiliates here on the Z Network. Her name is Joe. She hosts Any Last Words. You can find her on her Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. And she's got a ton of different shit from origin stories to ghost stories to recipes, all in the Darkscape. And she just started her own magazine for the horror. She's doing big things. She has a Patreon. Go support and hit her up and let her know we sent you.
Yes. And I'm going to steal a page from Mixbook. Instead of reading all my links where you can find me, go to horrorresearch30.com. All my shit is up there. This episode will be up there soon. Just go there. You can find all my links and everything. horrorresearch30.com. And there will be an online shop in the near future. Still working on some stuff. Popcorn and Pints, guys. Every Saturday, you guys know, we do 2 movies, 9 o'clock Eastern time. This week, we're doing Coco and West Side, the original West Side Story. We're going to figure out how they can connect if we remember and if they actually connect besides them being on the rice and beans wheel. So you don't want to miss that. James loves musicals, so he's super excited for this. Chris, he's always singing and dancing, so you know he's ready.
Mm-hmm.
So tune in for that, guys. And Stories from a Bar, everywhere you listen to podcasts, including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Check out that podcast. He's actually getting more bands on now. And he's going to be doing more lives consistently, which is going to be awesome. So he's going to get, these indie bands, small name bands on, getting them on, discussing them, let them talk about their music. But he also does this as far as the brewery thing. If you listen to his podcast, where he goes to local breweries and records with the owner or someone that works there, a manager, shouts out the bar, shouts out the brews that he's drinking. And it's just awesome. The brewery portion of is more so if you guys are in the capital region. If you ever visit the capital region, New York State, Albany, New York, then you'll know, hey, this would be the perfect podcast. Like, hey, where can I get a good beer from? Where can I get a good brew from? You check out Stories from a Bar and you'll get that answer. Or if you're from up here already, Deep Focus Cinema, it's a really, really deep dive on cinema. Not a part of the Z Network, but we're cool with them. Check it out. It's way more serious than every single show that I'm a part of. Way more serious because, yeah. So tune into that, people. And don't forget about that Z Network exclusive that we did, the pocket chip that we were talking about. See these smiles? Well, I'm the only one smiling. I wasn't smiling when I ate that chip. You want to see that shit? Go to the Z Network YouTube channel and see that catastrophe.
You guys did it so much better.
Tuesday.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh no, you're good. Tuesday we're doing Death House. Make sure you guys tune in for that as well.
We had a while back when I had the Scene Snobs Network. We had a show called Behind the Box, which was like a cult classic show. And one of the guys on the show did that. He had 4 chips, and we did it for a way where it was like, we would tell him, like, we had special words we had to say throughout, and he would have to eat a chip when we said the word.
Oh, fuck.
And he did it. He was a trooper, man, and he almost threw up, or he did, but it was after the show. I didn't see it. But like, you just did a great job. Like, you guys killed it with that one. That was funny.
I like if I can go back and rewind. I'm not doing it again. If I can go back and rewind instead of trying the game, I should have just tried to conversate. But I was like, let me just try it, because leading up to it, right, I was fine. I was like, I got this. I think I can handle it for a little bit. I was like, so let me game. In my mind, I was like, okay, so if I game, maybe it'll take my mind off the pain from that heat. But no, the fuck it didn't. That shit didn't.
Better man than I would not do that challenge.
And then, you know what made it worse?
That's twice for me. I did it twice.
Yeah, James, you're nuts.
What made it a little worse, but funny at the same time, like looking back and thinking about it, is you have Chris, his loud ass, just yelling and going, and you have my wife over here off camera just yelling and going. So I'm just like, I was trying to tell her to be quiet, because it almost felt like her yelling and him yelling was like making the heat burn even more. And like, once I finally caved in, about 3.5, maybe 4 minutes in,
3 minutes, 8 seconds.
I just started eating ice cream, and it was one of those things to where, like, take a bite of ice cream, right? Put it on your tongue. Fine. As soon as that shit melts, it got hotter.
Yeah.
James didn't tell me this. It got hotter each time.
No,
So
I told you. I told you it's worse if you use water because it moves the
Yeah.
oils around.
Yeah, you gotta use milk.
Well, I'm not a big fan of that. That's why I was like, let me do ice cream. It's a milk product. I should have went and grabbed to stores and grabbed some eggnog. I
No,
didn't.
ice cream works.
About
It
chocolate
just got to eat
milk.
a lot of it. A lot of people puke because you keep eating the ice cream.
Yeah. Chocolate milk or Yoo-Hoo or something, that might work.
Yeah, a lot of people
Well, yeah,
use chocolate
like if
milk,
I did like an almond mix, but I know that's not thick enough.
yogurt.
I guess I do like yogurt,
Butter pecan, bro.
but
The whole
I got
tub.
blueberry ice cream, and I haven't touched the
Pistachio.
ice. I haven't touched that ice cream since. As good as it was, like after my tongue cooled off, I took a couple bites to actually taste the ice cream. I was like, oh, this is good as shit. I feel like I had like a bad experience. I have to go back and finish it. But yeah, that was that. I'm telling you, people, tune into that if you want to laugh. If you want to laugh, like yes, I'm in a small
Yeah.
window, but these guys are saying my face was turning red and shit. It was a rough time. I still need to go back and watch that. I almost want to. I'm not gonna say definitely, but I'm thinking about this right now. Which this will be free. This isn't gonna be a Patreon thing. I almost want to go back and do like a Discord watch party and just watch the whole thing. And if anybody wants to join, let me know. But let me plan some things out first. Because I think that'd be a funny fucking watch. Because I did not get to see it yet. Well, I could have, but I just didn't. It'll make me watch it. But we're gonna get out of here, people. Thank you guys for watching and listening. Make sure you go check out everybody we mentioned. The Scene Snobs, get that up to 5. Get us all up to 5,000 views. Fuck it. Get us all up to 5,000 views. And yes, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in your nightmares. Peace. Oh, Nicolas Cage. Fuck you. I haven't said that in a long time.
Love you, Daddy Nick.
Wow.